So I did something for the very first time that I have never done before in my life last week. I went to my local comic book shop and I told them, hey, I want a pull list. I want to start getting monthly issues, and I'm going to do that with two runs currently. Absolute Batman, of course, and Daredevil by Stephanie Phillips. Now, for Absolute Batman, I'm kind of a person who I like the collected edition. I like to wait until everything is in a nice hardcover omnibus, and then I'm going to read it all in one shot that way. This book is so hot right now, and people seem to love it that I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait a couple of years till we finally get that collected edition. I want to be part of the conversation. I want to be present while this run is happening. I see all these review videos that review issue by issue, and I don't want to be reading and watching those 5 years from now. I want to do it now. So I thought, if there's ever anything that I'm going to start having a pull list for, I think Absolute Batman is such a great place to start. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be doing Daredevil by Stephanie Phillips. And Daredevil is one of my favorite characters. I haven't really read some of the more modern stuff. I'm more so of the early stuff with Frank Miller and Ann Nocenti, but I'm working my way through. So I thought, this sounds like a cool place to get a Batman and a Daredevil and start getting it monthly and just, again, being a part of the conversation. So I have that going. And then the following week, Absolute Batman 16 came out. And that was the first time I ever went to a local comic book shop on a release day and had that experience of picking it out on that day. So I went on last Wednesday and I went with my son, which made it all the more special, all the more exciting. And I just thought it was crazy that I've gone this long in my life without ever doing this. And then the first time I actually am doing it, I'm with him. So it was so fun. It was a really special moment. So what happened? So we went into the shop and there was about 50 people in the shop, which I thought was crazy. Because any other time I've ever been in that shop, just to just go in and hop around and look at random things, I'm usually like the only one in the shop. Maybe one other person, but it's rare. It's usually just me. So going in there, seeing a line of people, picking out random things, having conversations about what's going on, what's coming up, what's currently hot, it was so fun. And I couldn't believe that I went this long without experiencing this. So what did I pick up? I picked up Batman #1, Absolute Batman #1, the 10th print, just because the cover is gorgeous and I want to support the whole line. So I picked that up. Of course, I picked up Absolute Batman 16, and I picked up Iron Man #1 by Joshua Williamson. So I picked that one up. I've never really read an Iron Man run, but the cover art is gorgeous. A lot of people are saying that the art is great. The first initial story was pretty good. Some people, on X are saying otherwise, but figured, what the heck? I'm in the store. Let me grab it. Let me find out for myself if it's something I like or not. So I picked that up, and of course, Absolute Batman 16. However, though, I'm only on issue 5. I'm still making my way through, and once I get to 16, I'm going to read it in that physical form. I'm doing everything on the DC app. But I said to myself, just get it now, and then you'll read it then. But if I may just quickly talk about Absolute Batman, that first issue, and I know I'm late to this. This book has been out for well over a year, but I got to talk about it because it is so interesting. It is so intriguing. And I'm not really going to be talking about spoilers. This is all in the first issue. And again, if you haven't read it, this might get you interested. And if you have read it, then great, cool. So that first issue, this is like a completely alternate universe. This isn't the mainline Batman. So things are different. The world is different. Bruce Wayne is different. And of course, Batman as an entity in a physical form is completely different. So in this first issue, what I thought was the best part, almost even better than just like the cool Batman stuff and him kicking ass and all that, is we see Bruce Wayne as a kid and how he became Batman in this world. And it's completely different from mainline. This isn't like he went to the movies or the theater with his parents, went into a back alley, and his parents were unfortunately shot. In this world, Bruce, he wins a science project fair at his school, but in winning, he got him and his classmates a free trip to the zoo. And they go to the zoo, and in this world, his father is his teacher. And as they're at the zoo, an active shooter comes to the zoo and begins shooting, which is eerily similar to the world we currently live in, and it's very relevant. So that was an interesting aspect. So the shooter comes to the zoo, and Bruce and his classmates quickly run to the Bat Atrium building. And they get closed in there, and his father's kind of at the door blocking it so this guy can't get in there. And his father, unfortunately, dies. But we see in this issue what running to that Bat Atrium did to Bruce's psyche. And throughout the run, we see how he's taking all the attributes of a bat and its will to survive and its will to instill fear and hunt at night, how it really just took over Bruce and how he ultimately became Batman. So give this book a try. If you haven't read it, if you're like me and you're not on the fence, but you're waiting for that collected edition, don't wait. This book is awesome. Read it on the app. By the time you get that collected edition, it's going to be years from now, and when you read it in physical, it's going to be like the first time you're reading it. So, yeah, that's my quick spiel about Absolute Batman. What else am I reading, though? So I decided that I'm going to add to that pull list Matt Fraction's mainline Batman run. And the reason I want to do this is because of one person, and that is Jorge Jimenez. I don't know how I never knew anything about this guy. His art is incredible. The images of his Batman with the blue suit and the grays, it's completely different than bat designs we've had in recent past. But obviously I know like in the 80s, the 70s, that bat suit was more blue. But his artwork, I honestly, listen, I'm not an art connoisseur. I don't know what the term is, but it has such a clean, glossy, vibrant tone to it. I hope that sounded good. That it is mesmerizing. And I could just flip through those pages without even reading the text, and I would be just as satisfied. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, but that's what I'm talking about with that artwork. And I think he has like an Art of Jorge Jimenez book coming out that might have to pick that up. It looks so good. So again, with that and the other stuff, I want to be present. I want to be part of the conversation as these things are happening. So yeah, that's what I have going on. I'm going to try to get through Absolute Batman and get to that issue 16. Probably by the time I make another updated video, I'll have that all done. I'll be hopefully caught up with Batman and Matt Fraction's Batman, and we could talk about that more. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you today. So take care.